Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And I have an exciting update here for you guys, from content creation and even to personal life as well. Obviously, the personal stuff is more me, but I wanted to basically discuss it so that way, because in this one, I also wanted to teach you guys something so that way you don't make the same mistake that I did in life. Because quite frankly, you could literally be sacrificing years of your life trying to go for something and be left empty-handed as well, which I'll get into a little bit later. But as of right now, I'm happy to say that after quite a long time of just basically after the career change that I've recently done, basically I've been breaking even and surviving, but there was nothing left after that. So after some adjusting and additions and omissions here and there, one thing I could say is that the wheels are finally turning in terms of meeting my goal, not only in meeting my goals, not just in life, but in terms of content creation as well, because they do go hand in hand. Because obviously, content creation itself could be expensive as well. So when you're talking about, like, when you put everything together and you add in everything together in terms of the money that it costs for everything, in terms of getting a good rig, getting the good internet, getting all the equipment you need and all that kind of stuff, and to make this thing happen, it could be expensive. And the higher the quality you want, the more expensive it is. And on top of that, you got life to deal with. So for those of you guys, especially that are full-grown adults, you can understand. But for those of you guys that are younger, and if you have an opportunity to do something like this and to put in time for something you love, absolutely take full advantage. But if there's one thing I have to tell you, is that you always got to ask yourself, if the time and effort, whether it's a whole lot of time that you're putting into it or whatever it is, if the time and effort you're putting into it, you always got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Because if it's not, then don't do it. And don't worry about how anybody else might feel or how they think, because that's the mistake that I made. I sacrificed years of my life going for something that I was hoping would end up taking me somewhere in terms of what I had envisioned, and it basically took me nowhere, and at the same time I had nothing to show for it, or very, very little to show for it. So and the thing is, I was worried too much also about what the other person would think, as opposed to what I had to do as well. So there's got to be that balance. So the thing is, if it's off balance, and if it's only one-sided, and if you're sacrificing so much time and effort and dedication to something, and if you don't have anything to show for it at the end, then don't do it. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't sacrifice years of your life doing something that doesn't take you anywhere. Whether it's financially or whatnot. Some people are miserable doing something, but hey, at least they get somewhere financially, right? Because unfortunately, money is what makes things happen, right? So the thing is, if you're making all these sacrifices, and if you're not at least making the kind of money that you need to be making, then by all means, don't be afraid of what anybody else would think or say. Do what you have to do. What's better for you. So anyway, that's enough of that. But with that being said, the wheels are finally turning. I'm able to finally save on a weekly basis again, which adds up to monthly and all that kind of stuff. So within a certain period of time, I'm hoping within the next 6 to 8 months, or around the time Modern Warfare 4 comes out, that there will be a upgrade to this channel. Whether it's from the streams, the quality of videos, from getting the rig, to having vlogs going on, and all that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, taking care of the financial goals as well in my personal life, as well as everything that I got going on here in my YouTube life, that would be a little too expensive to do all at once. So it would have to be something that I do one at a time. But the good news is, it's finally able to get done, because for a while there I wasn't even thinking about that. All I was thinking about was surviving. So, but thankfully though, as of the last month or so, things have been moving very well, and they're staying consistent, and thank goodness. And even with the amount of time that I've been putting into work, which is anywhere from 55 to 60 hours a week, it's worth it. And the thing is, only about 20 of those, 21 give or take, are what I would consider work. The other hours are pretty much playtime, and the only adjustment that I really have to make is the sleep schedule, because I've been a night owl all my life, and now I have to be an early bird. That's all. So all that is that's basically the sacrifice on my part that I have to make. And right now I'm going to finally go through the adaptation period for that, because quite frankly, I used to have to be up at 4 in the morning every Friday, but now not anymore. So it's going to be something to where my week will be a little bit more balanced. And if I get my sleep schedule set up to a certain point to where I have to at least be in bed by this time and at least wake up by this time, and I'm able to get used to that, then basically I can pretty much do anything, and I can pretty much adapt to anything that's being thrown at me. So it's just about going through that adaptation period at this point right now. So so with all that being said, you guys can have vlogs to look forward to, cooking vlogs or cooking videos that I've always wanted to do, maybe day in the life videos here and there. Oh, and by the way, I'm not just doing those kind of videos because other people are doing it. No, I'm doing it because I've always wanted to do it. Because when I first started seeing other people do it, I'm like, you know what, I would do something like that every once in a while, or I might do something like that. This sounds fun. This sounds interesting. It's just that I've never been able to do it because of the lack of equipment, which again requires money, and at times life can get in the way of that, especially with me deciding to make a career change last year, because I originally was planning to do this last year, but now that I've done the career change and now that finally I'm starting to save again, I'm basically at a point right now when you put it together, it's like I could basically have my cake and eat it too. And I'm working on that. So I'm working on going even beyond that, because let's say you have a goal, you always want to aim beyond your goal. You know, you always want to aim for the stars, man. If you're gonna go for it all the way. You know, if you're gonna be up to bat, swing for a home run. You know, obviously there are times where you can't always swing for a home run, because that's the way life is. You can't always do that. You can't always take that kind of risk. But every so often you got to take that risk sometimes, and that's the hardest part as well, is taking that risk. And I'm one of those people that just doesn't do that, because I got too much going on. I've got responsibilities, not just for myself, but to somebody else as well. So the thing is, when you put all those things together, sometimes you just can't take risks. But if you're ever in a position to where you can take that risk, and even if there's a chance that you might fall on your face taking that risk, by all means, sometimes it's okay. And you know what? If it does pay off, and that risk ends up working out for you, then there you go. Then it's worth it. I'm not necessarily saying that you should always gamble or whatnot, but if you look at every successful person out there, that's one of the things that I've been paying attention to recently. Is like, if you look at every single successful person out there, a good amount of those guys have taken that risk. And really, if there's anything else that I've learned, is that there is an element of luck involved, and also there's always an element of help involved. There's no such thing as a self-made person, ever. Even with this YouTube channel, if you ever break it down to this YouTube channel as well, I am not at almost 1,200 subscribers solely because of me. I'm almost at 1,200 subscribers because of you guys, because of the other content creators that have given me shout outs and that I've given shout outs to or whatnot. It's the way it works. Nobody is a self-made person. Everybody at one point or at one point in their life has had help from somebody, even if it's just a little bit. That little bit can make the biggest difference. Like if when I got shouted out at first, it was my first shout out by I got shout out for the first time by who was it? It was Man of Afros. It was back when I had 4 subscribers, and then just from that little shout out, all of a sudden in one day I went to 10 subscribers or 12 subscribers, and then that's when the wheel started turning. You know, I just kept on doing my part, and then eventually I had a shout out, which again I didn't ask for. It just ended up happening to me because I attracted that kind of attention with my video. And yes, I do believe in the law of attraction, abso-fucking-lutely. So the thing is, with everything that I put in here, is that good things are coming. The wheels are finally turning, and I wanted to share that with you guys while simultaneously giving you guys some advice, because it really breaks my heart if I ever see somebody, especially whether they're my age or older or even younger. It really breaks my heart when I see that people out there with all the best intentions in the world and with aspirations and goals in life that get taken advantage of by people that are greedy or that are just assholes or whatever the hell the deal is. It just breaks my heart. So the thing is, again, it's all about asking yourself that question: is it worth it to you, for you? You know, and if it's not, and if you just end up getting taken advantage of, by all means, do whatever you have to do to change that up, so that way you can look after yourself and be able to take care of yourself and eventually live a happier life. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section what you think of the video, and if you enjoyed it, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. I can't wait to give this channel an update in the near future, around the time Modern Warfare 4 comes out, so that way we can get this dream rolling, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.